Brigadier?
Yes, my lord.
I know you have already testified and you have been asked questions and most of them we have already answered. But
Yes,
I'm also going to ask you questions. It's still on the same evidence that we have testified about, that we have already answered, but I need answers, new answers for the purpose of my cross-examination.
Understood, my lord.
Ngiyazi-ke Brigadier ukuthi-ke usokuthula ubufakazi usubuziwe-ke imibuzo uphendulile-ke kodwa nami ngizokubuza-ke kona-ke lokho uthula ubufakazi ngabo-ke nami-ke ngifuna iy'mpendulo-ke kwimibuzo engizoyihlola.
So I will be putting questions, Brigadier, and you will be answering, not vice versa. You're not asking me, you're answering, and then I'm putting questions.
Mina-ke uzobuza uyaphendula-ke wena kusukuthi wena-ke obuzayo mina ngiphendula.
Understood, my lord, but where I don't understand the question, I may ask clarity, because then otherwise I would give a wrong answer, my lord.
Ngiyezwa kodwa-ke la umbuzo engawuzwa khona-ke ngizobuza-ke ukuthi-ke nginganikisi-ke ngempendulo engasiyona.
No problem. And also I will ask in your answers that you be brief, because the more you continue and continue, I get confused. So I don't want to get confused as I'm standing here. If you can just be straight to the answer.
Ngizocela-ke nokuthi umuphendula-ke ukuthi-ke ungabi mudeke ngempenduleke ukuthi ube mfushane ngoba-ke ngokuthi uye uba mudeke ila engidideka khona kangifuni udideka kule ndawo engime kuyona.
We'll do my best, my lord, but also it will depend how loaded the question is. But yes, I'll do my best to make it short.
Ngizozama-ke ukuthi impendulo ngiyenze ibe mfushane kodwa-ke nalapho-ke kuzoya ngokuthi-ke umbuzo loyo-ke ukangakanani.
Also, if I need an explanation, I will indicate to you. If I need an explanation.
Uma ngifisa ukuthi uchaze ngizosho kuwena.
Okay. Brigadier?
Yes, I understood, my lord. But let's see how it goes, my lord.
Yeah. Brigadier, I understand you testified a year ago, which was last year, October, November.
Yes,
in a trial, within a trial.
Yes, correct, my lord.
Ngiyazi ukuthi uthulile ngobufakazi bakho-ke kwi-trial kunyaka ondluleke ngo-October ngoNovember yebo kuyiqiniso.
And also that you have placed on record your skills and qualifications, Mr. Brigadier uGininda.
Yes, I did, my lord.
Nokuthi-ke uyitshelile-ke le nkantolo nekhono lakho-ke kanye futhi-ke nama-qualifications onawo yebo kuyiqiniso.
And at that time, when you placed those qualifications and skills on record, it was at the time when you were testifying in a trial within a trial.
Correct, my lord.
Yes.
Futhi-ke ngenkathi ubusho buchazele inkantolo-ke ngako-ke lokho kwakunesikhathi-ke wethula-ke ngobufakazi-ke kuyona-ke i-trial within a trial yebo kuyiqiniso.
Yes, but also on the main trial, my lord, the state advocate, this advocate Baloyi, took me through the record of the qualification and skills that I have for me to confirm, and I've confirmed such on this main trial.
Nangenkathi-ke sesibuyela-ke manje kulona-ke kudaba-ke kwi-trial-ke uphindile-ke umshushisi futhi-ke wakhuluma ngawo-ke ama-qualifications la uqinisekisa-ke nje lokho.
Okay, no problem. But what I've picked up from your introduction, when the state introduced you as the witness, the state indicated that during the appearances of the 27th of November, 2023, you had placed your career history on record, and you confirmed. Is that correct?
Yes, the career history, that's correct, my lord.
Kodwa-ke uma-ke umshushisi seqala-ke manje ukuthi-ke kakholele kubufakazi ishilo ukuthi kubufakazi bange-27 November 2023 yila owachaza khona-ke isipiliyoni onaso-ke kanye futhi nama-qualifications yebo kuyiqiniso.
And then he moved on.
Correct, my lord.
Okay. So for the purpose of my cross-examination today, I will ask you, Brigadier, please forgive me if I confuse Colonel and Brigadier. I don't mean to offend you, it's just that sometimes I'm not sure, it will be a slip of a tongue.
Understood, my lord.
Thank you. Brigadier, from the career history that we have placed before this court, I just want you to break it down for me in brief, because you have already placed it on record, from the period when you were employed in the services of the SAPS and the duration that you stayed or you remained on each and every department that you have worked in. If you can. If you can't, there is no problem.
Yeah, my lord, the specific accuracy, because I didn't prepare for that, I thought it was already on record. I can summarize, but to give specific period to say I remained on this unit for this long, I think there will be difficulty, my lord. But I can indicate that at first, after the college, I was attached to a specialized unit. Thereafter, I do recall that then I also worked under the...
When you were at the specialized unit, in which rank were you in?
I think just after college, my lord. From just after college, so that rank will be the first rank, the constable.
Will be?
Constable.
Constable, oh, thank
Yes.
Uma ngizozama ukuthi ngikufinyezeke lokho ngoba ke bengakulungiselelanga ke lokhu bengicabanga ukuthi ke into bese ilana phambi kwenkantolo ke kodwa ke umuva kokuthi ngiphumileke e-college ngafakwa ke ngaphansi noma ngasebenza ke ngaphansi bakubiza ngokuthi ke i-specialized unit irank ke lapho irank yokuqala ke emaphoyiseni kwaku-constable.
And I think that was the case when I became a sergeant, my lord. I'm trying to sum up here. As I said, the timing and the date might be not accurate.
If you can't recall, Colonel, don't worry. You can just say when I was a sergeant, I don't recall the department or the unit.
All right,
so that
yes.
you can move on.
Yes, so when I was a sergeant, I think I was still with the specialized unit. And thereafter, my lord, I was with the anti-hijacking unit. That was a detective unit that was dealing with anti-hijackings in the East Rand, that I recall.
Ngisekusajeni ke ngangisengaphansi kwayo ke le unit lena ekuyi-specialized unit kunesikhathi ke la khona ke ngasendlulela ke ngiya ke kwi-anti-hijacking unit e-East Rand.
Was it under detective?
Yes, the anti-hijacking unit was it was a detective division. So it was the first time when I had exposure to the detective environment.
Yona ke ingaphansi ke kwe-unit yama-detectives kwakuqala ke manje lapho esengisebenza ke ngaphansi kwabo ke ama-detectives.
This would be, I think, my lord, around 2003, if I recall correct, around that period. More or less.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ke lokho kwakungo-2003.
Thereafter, my lord, then I was moved to Brixton VIS, which is a vehicle identification division. It was situated at Brixton in Johannesburg.
It's VIS.
VIS, yes.
Emuva kwalokho ke ngase ngiya ke eBrixton VIS kwakuyi-Brixton yona ke iphathelene nomsebenzi ophathelene nazo imoto ise-Brixton Johannesburg.
Still an investigation unit, my lord.
Sengaphansi ke kwe-unit lena ke ephenyayo noma ke eseshayo.
Thereafter, my lord, I was moved to Johannesburg Organized Crime, the DPSI, in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange.
Emuva kwalokho ngase ngisiwa ke eJohannesburg Organized Crime ngaphansi kwayo ke DPCI ese-Stock Exchange.
Then, my lord, I was there.
What was your rank there, if you recall?
I think I was a warrant officer, my lord, an inspector, a warrant officer around that time.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke ngangi-warrant officer, inspector ngaleso sikhathi leso.
Thereafter, my lord, I was moved to Johannesburg VIS, which is situated in Ayrton, in around Boyson's area.
Ngase ngisiwa ke eJohannesburg VIS yona ke ese-Ayrton.
Still under investigations, my lord.
Nalapho ke sengaphansi kophenyo.
Thereafter, my lord, I was promoted, I think it was around 2009, to the captain's rank under Vereeniging investigation unit, the vehicle investigations unit in Vereeniging at the Val.
So 2009 to captain.
2009, yeah.
Vereeniging.
Yes.
Emuva kwalokho ngase ngikhushulwa ke ngesikhundla ke ukuba ucaptain kwango-2009 eVereeniging.
Then my recollection, my lord, then I was moved back. I was then moved to the provincial detectives in Gauteng to run some investigations there, my lord.
Emuva kwalokho ke ngase ngihanjiswa ngisiwa ke kuma-provincial detectives ukwenza ke uphenyo khona lapho.
Then my recollection, my lord, then I think I was then moved to the office of the National Commissioner. Then the National Commissioner was General Biega under a multidisciplinary tax team investigation unit. It was a tax team, but it was falling directly under the National Commissioner, General Biega.
Emuva kwalokho ngase ngihanjiswa ke ngisiwa ehhovisi lakhe ke uCommissioner National Commissioner ngaleso sikhathi uRea Biega.
My recollection, I think around that period, my lord, I was also promoted to the rank of a lieutenant colonel.
Mangikhumbula kahle ke ngaleso sikhathi ke ngase ngikhushulwa ke ngesikhundla noma ngipromothwa ke ngisiwa ku-lieutenant colonel.
Thereafter, my lord, I was sent back to the provincial detectives as well to do investigations there.
Emuva kwalokho ngase ngibuyiselwa ke kuma-provincial detectives ukwenza ke uphenyo khona lapho.
Oh, sorry, my lord, I forgot something. So when I was sent back from Vereeniging VIS to the provincial office in Gauteng, I was also responsible for the establishment of the taxi violence unit at the provincial office, and then I became the commander of that unit when it was established. But we assembled that unit, so I was responsible with the management to assemble that unit, and I was appointed as the commander of the taxi violence at the provincial level in Gauteng.
Ongikhohliwe ke ukuthi ke ngenkathi ke ngibuyisela ke mangisuka eVereeniging ngibuyiselwa ke e-provincial office, mina ke kwakuyimina ke owayehola noma ke owayephambili ke uma kuqalwa ke i-unit le eyayihlangene ke nodlame lwamatekisi ngase futhi inqokwa ukuthi kube ucommander kuyona ke leyo unit leyo.
Now from head office, my lord, then I was sent back to the provincial office where I did some further investigations at the provincial level on high profile matters.
Ukusuka ke lapho kwi-national office ke ngase ngibuyisela khona ke e-provincial la khona ke engangenza ke uphenyo ke kumacala ke abizwa ngokuthi ke ama high profile.
Then my lord, I was sent back again to the national head office. I think it could be 2017 or early 2018, under then the previous National Commissioner General Sithole, also focusing on the high profile matters. It was the pilot project of the cold case unit now. This is where the pilot project or the tax pilot project, insofar as the enrolling of the cold case unit was then focused at. So I was placed there and we focused those investigation, my lord.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngaye ke u2017 noma ke kusekusha ke kuyena u2018 ngabuyela ke eNational Office ngaphansi kwakhe ke uNational Commissioner ngaleso sikhathi uGeneral Khehla sithole ila kwaseqala khona ke manje le cold case unit.
I was then also promoted to the rank of a full colonel, my lord, around that period, just to remember the date, but to the rank of a full colonel from lieutenant colonel.
Ngase ngikhushulwa ke ngesikhundla noma ngizomthwa ke ukusuka kuyena ke ulieutenant colonel kuya ke ku-colonel manje ke ogcwele ngaleso sikhathi leso.
And I was appointed then as a commander then when the unit was now formalized as the commander of the cold case unit.
Ngase ngiqokwa ke njengecommander ke manje yayo i-cold case unit.
And then thereafter, my lord, I think it will be 2021, I think, maybe mistaken, my lord, but then I was promoted to the rank of a brigadier as the national head of the provincial cold case unit, because then there were branches that were, in terms of the structure, that were going to all 9 provinces. So I was appointed as the head at the national level of all the cold case unit, as according to the structure.
National head of provincial?
No, national head of cold case unit, and there were structures of cold case unit. According to the structure, there were units of cold case unit in all 9 provinces.
Ilana khona ke ngase ngikhushula khona ke manje ngicabanga ukuthi kwangoyena ke u2021 ngiba ke ubrigadier inala futhi ke ngenzwa khona ke i-commander yayo ke unit leyo nokuthi ke manje kwakuyimina ke oyinhloko oholayo ke hayi kwisifunda kodwa ke nationally ngoba ke i-cold case unit lena ke yayinamagatsha ke mina ke ngabekwa nanjengo yena ke oholayo national.
Yeah, if it's not 2021, my lord, it's 2022, but I'm hoping that I think it's 2021, and that has been the position up to date. So I'm still the national head of the cold case unit, my lord.
Ngicabanga ukuthi kwakuyena ke u2021 noma ke u2022 ukusuka ngaleso sikhathi kuze kube manje ke kuseyimina ke oholayo ke noma ke oyinhloko ke khona lapho kuyona i-national cold case unit.
So also, my lord, going back, sorry, I think this is important. So when I was sent to the head office the last time, that this is now leading to the position that I'm holding, I was also responsible for the creation of the cold case unit, because there was none that was existing in the police. So the concept and the rolling out, as I said, initially it was a pilot project, then it became the unit, then I was appointed as a commander, as it was with the taxi violent. That's how it happened, my lord. I forgot to put it on record.
Ngikhohliwe ke nje ukuthi ngikusho ukuthi ke njengoba le cold case unit yayingekho ke emaphoyiseni ke ngaqokwa ukuthi ke noma ke kwakuyimina ke ukuthi ngiyiqale nanjengoba kwakwenzekile ukuthi ngangiyona i-commander kuyona ke udlamela amatekisi noma ke i-taxi violence nalana ke kwaba kanjalo kuyona ke i-cold case unit.
Yes, that's what I recall.
Which year was that when you created this unit?
My lord, I think I don't know the date, but
okay.
The structure has a date because it's a formalized unit. So first it was a pilot project, then when the unit was formalized, it then had a date. So I can get the date and get back to the court in the actual date in which it was made a unit. You know, there's a structure and the date in which it was established as a unit.
Kune date ke la eyaqala khona ke yona ke i-unit lena ke kuzofanele ukuthi ngiyothola ke leyo date ngibuyele ke enkantolo ngizoyitshela.
Thank you very much, Brigadier, for reminding me of your skills and expertise in the SAPS.
Yes, madam.
I understand, or I want to believe, that you were also taking cases to court as you were working in all of these units. The
Indeed.
cases that you had investigated, they will eventually end up in court.
Yes, that's correct, madam.
That's correct.
Ngicabanga ke ukuthi ke kuona ke wonke lama unit usuwashilo ke ukusebenza kuona ke wathatha ke amacala ukuthi ke umuva ukuthi suwa phenyileke ukuthi wasenkantolo yebo kuyiqiniso.
And you will be taking witnesses to court and inform them what to do when they are in court.
No, not necessarily. My role will be perhaps at the request of the NPA to bring the witnesses for consultation, and then the state prosecutor will then guide them in terms of what will be led. But yes, there will be instances where I would have to pick up the witnesses from point A to court for consultation, and also during the court proceedings, if, for example, it's those witnesses who don't have transport, or if the situation in a matter that we're investigating was posing some threat, you know, where we needed to give security, then in those instances, yes, I will be involved. But other than that, witnesses will come to court on their own, consult, and will meet there and then go back in cases where there were no difficulties in terms of safety, my lord.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ke ukuthi ke ulando ofakazi ke ubusubatshela ukuthi yini kufanele bayenzeke enkantolo cha akukanjalo ke ukuthi kwaba uma ngabe umshushisi ecela ke ngihambe ngiyolanda ofakazi balethe enkantolo ke nokuthi mhlawumbe ufakazi kufanele ke ahanjiswe ofakazi ke la kutholakala khona ukuthi ufakazi ke akanayo imoto noma ke ongamletha ke enkantolo noma la khona ofakazi bonakala ke ukuthi ke mhlawumbe impilo yabo ke isengcupheni ukuthi ke bathole ukuvikeleka.
Okay, thank you, Brigadier. In cases of murder, wherein there are deceased family, will you normally go and inform them of the proceedings? Would you normally go and inform them if the matter is going to High Court for trial or for whatever reasons? Will you update the family with such information?
Yes, we will absolutely do, my lord.
Yebo sikwenza ke lokho ukuthi ke la kunamaqala ke la uthola ukuthi umuntu ke oshonile khona ke ukuthi sihambe siye emndenini ke siutshela umndeni ukuthi kwenzekani noma mhlawumbe icala lizoya enkantolo ephakeme noma liyakuphi.
In this case that you are talking about, did you go to the family of Senzo Meyiwa to inform them that the case is going for trial now, and inform them of every development in this case?
Yes. So no. So the answer, my lord, is no, and the reasons thereof, as Advocate Mshololo said, I'll have to repeat what I've said so that she can be reminded. So the answer is no, and the reasons thereof, my lord, because I did explain this, that AfriForum came on board much earlier, before actually even these accused were arrested, when we were still dealing with the allegations of whether people came in right at the beginning, just after I was appointed, and then they placed themselves as a watching brief, and the understanding was that anything that we need to communicate to the family, it has to go through them. That has been the position, my lord, up to today. So whatever progress we're making, including the date of the first appearance, because they were there, the AfriForum, it was arranged through the AfriForum, they brought some of the family members leading up to the start of this trial and the dates that we're having. So the line of communication when AfriForum came on board was AfriForum, my lord. So you couldn't pass that line because they placed themselves on record and there are documents supporting such, my lord.
Ingabe ke kuleli ke icala ke phambi kwenkantolo ke manje nakwenza ke lokho noma wakwenza ke lokho ukuthi uye emndenini ke kaMeyiwa ke utshele ukuthi icala ke manje seliya enkantolo cha asikwenzanga ke lokho izathu ukuthi ke iAfriForum yeza ke bazethula ke basho ukuthi ibona ke manje abebhekile ke babhekele umndeni ngakho konke ke okwenzekayo noma kufanele kukhulunywe kushiwe kumndeni kufanele ke kushiwe kubona ke ingakho ke singayi emndenini kodwa ke konke sikutshela bona.
And specifically the person we're dealing with them, my lord, is Advocate Nell himself and Andrew Lisk, but the team of AfriForum, all of them were then communicating with us. Then they will communicate insofar as the progress, as I said, up to the inception of the trial, and whatever communication, it goes through them, my lord, up to today. We never had a line of sight where they said they are now withdrawing so that we can have access to the family.
Is that Nell and the second one?
Advocate Nell, Andrew Lisk.
Andrew. Okay.
Andrew.
Yeah. Abantu ke futhi noma umuntu esikhuluma nayo ke lapho uAdvocate uNell kanye naye ke uAndrew Lisk ngaso sonke ke isikhathi ke sikhuluma nabo kaze kwenzeke ke ukuthi ke singakwenzi ke lokho noma sibeqeke bona.
Okay, thank you, Colonel Brigadier. Thank you. Was there an agreement between the SAPS, the investigating team, or the NPA, and the AfriForum that your duties as SAPS to update the family of the deceased in this matter will be taken away by the watching brief, since they were already in place at that particular time when the trial started? Was there an agreement, or it was just?
It was an official arrangement, my lord, because how it came about for me to know, AfriForum wrote directly to the Office of the National Commissioner. I was informed by the National Commissioner that there's this engagement, and it was formal. It wasn't just a call, it was a formal communication. Thereafter, I was directed then to go and meet them as the investigating officer, but the placement, the communication was done formally. And I do know, my lord, that the same was done to the NPA. They also placed themselves formally insofar as representing the family to the NPA, my lord.
Okwenzeka ke lana ukuthi ke yona ke iAfriForum lena ke babhalela ke e-office lakhe uNational Commissioner ngase ngitshelwa ke mina nokuthi ke angihambe ke ngiyobabona kwangasilona nje ucingo noma ke icolleague into eyenziwa ukuthi babhaleke ngiyazi ke ukuthi lokho kwenziwa ke nakuyona ke iNPA ukuthi bayibhalele ke bayitshele ke ukuthi ke bona ke bakhona ke noma ke babhekele umndeni.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Brigadier. And then let's move on to another issue of witnesses now. Then I'll be closing my introduction. Brigadier, I take it that you know that when you bring the witnesses in court, you will inform them that they are not allowed, they are not supposed to stay inside in court and listen to the evidence if they have not yet testified. Do you know that's a procedure?
I'm aware, my lord. Perhaps let me put it in this context, my lord. The moment the consultation and leading of witnesses is done, that happens when you now hand over that process to the NPA. And then they run. I am aware that you're not supposed to be in court when you're going to testify. That is why I've said it in many occasions that some of the records or evidence that was led in this court where I'm referred to, I've always said I'm unable to comment because I was not in court. So that's what I understand. But I was not here as well. And there hasn't been a situation where I pick up witnesses personally and bring them here. I will delegate to the members insofar as this matter is concerned, but other witnesses will come on their own, my lord.
Ngiyazi yebo ukuthi kunjalo ke ukuthi uma uletha ufakazi ke enkantolo ufakazi kufanele ukuthi ke angahlali ke ngaphakathi enkantolo uma ukuthi usezokuthula ubufakazi bakhe ke akakaqedi ke noma akakakwenzi ke lokho kodwa ke mina ke uma ngabe ukukhulumisana nabofakazi manje usubandlulisela kuyona ke iNPA noma abashushisi ke kuba ibona ke manje abathathayo ke usuka lapho ukuya ngaphambili mina ke akenzeki ke ukuthi ke ngilethe ofakazi lana ngoba ke bengithi ke ngisho ke kulaba engisebenza nabo ukuthi awube bona-ke abaletha ofakazi enkantolo noma abanye-ke bayezela bona ngokwabo enkantolo.
But I
Thank
also
you.
know, sorry, I'm done. Sorry, advocate, I was not done. But I also know, my lord, that there are exceptions, for example, when experts who are then going to be witnesses. With regard to that, I know that they do sit in court, especially when evidence in relation to the expertise is led, my lord.
Kodwa-ke ngiyazi ukuthi-ke ikhona-ke izehlakalo la khona-ke ungoti bona-ke uma ukuthi ungoti usezokwethula ubufakazi-ke bona-ke bayahlala-ke ngaphakathi enkantolo.
No, thank you very much. I just wanted to know if you do have that understanding that a witness, before he testifies, is not supposed to sit and listen to the evidence.
Like I said, my lord, in certain exceptions, my lord, I know that, like I'm saying, experts, but generally, that's my understanding. But it also should be noted, my lord, that some witnesses are laymen, are lay people, in terms of the law. So unless they are told, they will not know what to do. And I'm not referring to anyone in specific, but I'm saying it's not the same as when you deal with a person who is a police officer or a prosecutor or an attorney, for example, who is well equipped with the proceedings of the court. In relation to someone who's just a lay person and no knowledge of the law, that person, unless he's directed to say sit here, do not sit here, he will not know what to do.
Yebo ngiyakwazi-ke lokho nanjengoba bese ngishilo ukuthi khona-ke la khona-ke izehlakalo ongoti bona-ke bahlalayo-ke kodwa-ke abanye-ke ofakazi-ke akusibona-ke abantu abakwaziyo umthetho abangeke bakwazi lokho ngaphandle kokuthi-ke batshelwe-ke ukuthi abangakwenzi lokho kodwa-ke akufani nomuntu oyiphoyisa umshushisi nommeli bona-ke abaziyo-ke ukuthi inkantolo kusebenzeka kanjani.
But in this case, maybe to be specific, Brigadier, I'm referring to yourself as a senior police officer and who is also busy with studies of a law degree, if I'm correct.
Yes, no, you're absolutely correct. Yes, if it's me, my lord, yes, I will know what to do, my lord.
Kodwa lana-ke ngikhuluma ngawe-ke oyiphoyisa-ke eliwumkantshubomvu futhi-ke umuntu-ke uma ngeziphutha-ke ofundela ezomthetho yebo uma kuthi ukhuluma ngami-ke yebo ngiyazi ukuthi kufanele ngenzeni.
So it means a witness of your caliber cannot be expected to sit in court and listen to the evidence. So in order for him to be able to answer questions at the time when he testifies. Is that correct?
Well, I can refer to myself, my lord, that I wouldn't do that. But I think circumstances differ, as I've said. But personally, yes, and hence I was not in this court when evidence was led, my lord.
Yebo uma ukhuluma ngami-ke ngiyazi-ke mina-ke ngeke ngikwenzeke lotho kodwa-ke izehlakalo ziyehluka-ke kodwa ngingakho-ke ngingekho-ke mina ngaphakathi enkantolo uma bekuthula ubufakazi.
Thank you very much. Let's start now, Brigadier, in our cross-examination. Yesterday, when you were testifying, you testified that accused number 5 on the 26th of October 2014, as per the evidence of Constable S.S. Zungu, he was at Basuto Hostel, Fosloras. You remember that portion of evidence?
I remember saying, as per the statement of Constable Zungu, not so much the evidence, my lord, because as I said, I was not in court, but I said insofar as his statement and also Kwabene, I think I referred to Kwabene as well, all the accused, and obviously that includes accused number 5, they were at Basuto Hostel, but I was referring to the statements because I was not in court when Constable Zungu testified.
Ubufakazi bakho-ke obuthilileke enkantolo ushilo ukuthi ngokobufakazi bakhe-ke uConstable Zungu msolwa wesihlanu ngazo i-26 ka-October 2014 wayeseba-Sotho Hostel eFosloras. Engikhumbulayo-ke mina ngishilo ukuthi-ke ngokwesitatimende sakhe-ke uConstable Zungu nayi ubufakazi bakhe ngoba-ke bengekho ngaphakathi enkantolo ukuthi bonke abasolwa bafaka phakathi-ke naye-ke umsolwa wesihlanu babe lapho.
Brigadier, you don't necessarily have to be in court when someone is testifying in order for you to be able to respond. That's why I wanted us to cover that area so that you are able to move forward. Do you understand?
I understand, my lord, but the difficulty is if I'm asked to comment about what a person said in court and I was not in court, it's a difficulty. That's why I referred to what I could see in terms of the statement and what is contained in the statement, because then I can indicate if the question arises, but where is it contained? But if now I have to confirm that someone in court said something which I'm not privy to, if the question arises from counsel to say, show us on the record where this person said this, how will I be able to indicate that, my lord? That's the difficulty.
Ubunzima-ke enginabo-ke ukuthi-ke uma mhlampe-ke ummeli ezothi-ke sibonise noma sitshengiseke kwirekhodi-ke ukuthi lo muntu noma lo fakazi ukusho kuphi-ke nendawo lokhu angeke ngikwenzeke ingakho-ke mina-ke ngithi-ke kwistatimende sakhe uthi ngoba-ke bengingekho enkantolo uma umuntu lo uthula ubufakazi.
Let's move on, Brigadier. I take it that you know the procedure and you know what you should be doing. Well, I was referring to the statements, 2 statements that you referred to yesterday. The one is for Yolanda Muweng, and another one is for Chupia Christopher Macho. You remember those 2 statements?
Yes, I do remember those, yes, my lord.
Uyakhumbula-ke le statement embivi okhulume ngazo uYolanda Muweng kanye noMatlow? Yebo ngiyayikhumbula.
Did I hear you correctly yesterday when you said you got the information that accused number 5, sorry, my lord, accused number 5 used to hire cars in the previous years. You just correct me there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, no. So what I said, my lord, is that in the statement specific of, because I referred to it, of Kwabeni, he made an indication that the vehicle, according to his observation, that was used by accused 5, this is now on the day of the incident, was possibly a hired car. This is according to the statement, because it had a tag or something to the effect of VIS. You know, that's how we described it.
But you never said that yesterday.
I think I would have said it, my lord.
She said it. I'm sorry, Brigadier Gininda did say that. Said it had something that looked like a permit on the windscreen.
Thank you, my lord. Yes, proceed, Brigadier.
Now, then I said, so that's how it came about, my lord, and that is why now the investigation, insofar as trying to establish whether indeed accused 5 was utilizing a hired motor vehicle, then started, and that led us now to the statement that Advocate Mshololo is referring me to, because that's when I said, my lord, that the company, this Bunokwana Shackle Services, was liquidated. So we struggled to find those old directors and also the records. Then eventually we found the lady who gave an affidavit based on what you could find, even though it was not relevant insofar as the date we're looking for, to say, indeed I can find that the person you're searching for did hire a car at a certain stage. But insofar as the records of 2014, the dates that I was looking for October, as to whether he hired a car or not, she was unable to find it, because she says she's still searching and she will revert back to us once she has exhausted all the search. It's contained in a statement, my lord, and that is still the position.